everybody. It's Diane Lilli from Montclair Means Business. I'm here today at the Montclair Ambulance Unit on Walnut Street in Montclair, an independent, nonprofit organization filled with people who save lives on a daily basis. We're talking about over 3,000 calls a year, and of course that will keep growing. Let's learn what they do, how they do it, and why you should help them. Let's go meet some people. Here I am with two wonderful people. This is James Simpson. He is the chief of the EMT here in the Montclair Ambulance Unit. Do I say it right?
Chief of Emergency Medical Services.
Thank you. See, I always have to get corrected. It's true. And this is Jonathan Hirsch. He's the president. So I'm with all the bigwigs. Hello, Jonathan.
Good morning.
Now, I know this is your 60th anniversary. The Montclair Ambulance Unit was founded in 1952. So we finally, 53 was the first day of operations, right? Okay. So I finally found something older than me, everyone, so I want you to all give me a little applause here. And what they do, of course, is save lives all the time. Your area of coverage would be, of course, all of Montclair, and you do Glen Ridge also?
We help area towns out with EMS coverage in Glen Ridge, Bloomfield, Verona, Cedar Grove.
Yeah. How many calls do you have?
On a yearly basis, we do about 3,300 calls.
Wow, 3,300. Now, do you deliver a lot of babies? That's the first thing people are going to want to know.
Not as many as people would think.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that would be huge.
We typically do maybe 1 or 2 a year.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what would you say would be your most common type of call? Is there one, or is it a mix?
I would say the majority of our call volume is medical-based, chest pain, shortness of breath, that sort of thing.
And then when you pick someone up, I mean, you go to their home, wherever they are, okay? And do they dial 911?
Typically, most will dial 911.
And then the police dispatch gets it and they give it to you? Is that how it works?
That's correct.
Okay. And then when you go to wherever the victim or victims are, you have people there that are trained to deal with them.
Yes.
Now, how long is training? That's what I want to know.
Well, training has actually significantly changed over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now it's up to about 240 hours of training.
Wow.
And when I started, it was about 120 hours.
What? That's double.
Yeah.
My God. See, so I could actually become an EMT person.
Yes. Yeah. Anybody can take the training and become an EMT and volunteer for your local agencies. If
Okay.
you don't live in Montclair, other agencies have volunteer squads as well. Typically, we have a very good relationship with the other emergency services in town, police and fire, and everybody has a role on a car, car crash scenario.
So you have a defined role.
Absolutely.
That's
the police
important.
typically handle, the crowd control and investigating the accident and what happened. The fire department, if the person's trapped in the car, the fire department's responsible for getting the car opened up.
They can cut them out?
Yeah.
They do it?
Yeah, the fire department does that. They have tools designed to cut people out of cars.
Without cutting the people?
Correct. And then our role is obviously to take care of them and their medical needs.
Right, right. And then when you know they have to go to the hospital or medical center, how do you pick where to go? Is it just like, do you ask them if they're alert, or what do you do?
It depends on the situation. Typically, if it's a medical call, we'll give the person the option of what hospital they want to go to within reason.
Not to New York?
Typically, no, unless they have extensive history in New York, in a New York hospital. And even then, it gets a little... we have to base it on how serious their condition is.
Right.
If their condition's serious, then we typically go to a local hospital and get them stabilized, and then they can be transferred.
Right. So if you're if you're unconscious and really severely injured, you take them probably to Mountainside right away?
Mountainside is our most
and then they
local
assess
hospital.
And decide?
Correct. Right.
Oh, wow.
And if it's a trauma patient, with some sort of serious, whether it be a gunshot wound or stabbing or a serious car accident, we'll go to usually St. Joseph's Hospital in Patterson, or University Hospital.
This is a little funny question, I guess, but I think like this. Are you more afraid of doing regular things because of this? Like, for example, if someone says, let's go skiing, or let's go jump out of a plane, would you say, I don't think so, or does it not affect you? How does it affect you?
I don't think so.
No?
No. I mean, obviously, the day-to-day activities, wearing a seatbelt.
Absolutely.
When I first started driving, never wore a seatbelt.
And now, that's a change.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I got involved in emergency medical services and saw what the injuries could be without the seatbelts, it changes your thought process.
How about you? Same thing, or you feel a little more cautious?
No, I'd say it's the same thing. I think all of us we get into this because on some level we like the excitement. So.
Oh yes, definitely exciting.
I think so. It's not going to change, our way of doing a lot of things.
Right. I'm here with Diane Esty, who is another volunteer here because she also has a major job in town. She's the manager of Valley National Bank in Upper Montclair. Hello, Diane.
Good morning, Diane Lilli.
Two Dianes! This is major.
The power of Diane.
That's it. Watch out, baby. So now I know you're volunteering. The first thing I want to talk about is the gala. That's very important you hear about this because, of course, this is the 60th year for the Montclair Ambulance Squad Unit.
So we're celebrating 60 years of service, 60 years of service to the community.
Right.
And I always say that this is a very serious business. These people are saving lives.
That's right. Now tell us when it is, where it is, and how to get tickets.
It is Friday, May 10th at the Grove in Cedar Grove, right on Pompton Avenue. You can go to our website, mvau.org.
mvau.org, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's our website. There's a downloadable PDF on there. There's also a telephone number where you can call the office here in order to purchase tickets.
Okay, how much are tickets? Like 75 or 80?
They are $195.30.
Okay.
That evidences our year of incorporation, 1953.
Okay. And it's a nonprofit.
Absolutely.
So you're doing
We're
a good
an
deed.
Independent nonprofit.
Okay, so if it's nonprofit, you can write the check, please. Think of your life. Think of your children. Is your child's life worth $195.30? I would think a lot more than that. I mean, come on, right?
Exactly.
It's like a no-brainer.
And I know you've heard me say this before, and from other people, we not only service Montclair, but also the surrounding towns.
Right, exactly.
I live here in Montclair, I work here in Montclair, my family goes to school here in Montclair, and it's just really important.
It's very important. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved, because I can't believe you have any time for this. I just can't believe it.
I got involved because there was a need for a vehicle, and Hugh Moriarty, who is a past board member here, had approached me, as well as Dr. Ed Rigtrup, who was our pediatrician, and both of them approached me and said, we think we need your help. You're a bank person, you know financing. Wow. So I got a great telephone call from our board president, Jonathan Hirsch.
Who we just met.
Right? And we hit it off. I called my people at Valley National, and a couple days later, financing was in place.
Now, are you an EMT?
I am not an EMT.
So
I am just a full-fledged volunteer board member,
right.
Just loving it.
And
loving
with the
it. I've learned a
gala,
lot.
how many people would you like to see go to the gala? What's your goal?
I'd love to have 300 people in that room.
Okay, we can do that.
We
Come
can
on.
so do that. Absolutely.
Montclair,
We've got over 40,000 people in Montclair alone, not counting the surrounding towns. We can totally get 300
And if you
people
think
in
about
that
the
room.
60 years between the beginning, maybe 1,000 people back in the day, to over 3,000 this year, a year helped. That's way more than 300 people.
Exactly. And I just want to say, we're wearing these jackets because this is just part of the equipment that, that our EMTs and staff use in order to save lives. We've had 2 really serious storms over the last 2 pseudo-winters, and and these really came in handy through the storms. So that's why I asked Di to do the the Di Squared
this Diane is the after. I'm the before, and then when I grow up, I become her. We hope someday. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Should they always call if they think they're in trouble, or should they wait? Like, what's your advice to the public?
I think when in doubt, it's always better to call.
It is. You don't mind it, right?
We don't mind it. That's what we're here for. We can get there, and once we're there, if you're okay, you can refuse treatment or transport, and we'll be on our way. And that's it. So it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a cliche, but it's true.
It is true. And the other thing is you do some educational things and events, I know, correct?
We do. In the last couple of years, we've started a community outreach group.
That's wonderful.
Our target audience is obviously the schools and social clubs and things like that in town and around the county.
It's wonderful.
So we try and get out to do as much public education as we can on what 911 is, what the ambulances are about. Don't be afraid of the providers that come to help you.
Right.
That sort of thing.
The Ambulance Unit is a nonprofit, independent emergency medical service for you, the Township of Montclair. We need your help. Any dollar amount will help. Please donate. Thank you very much.